Hello everybody and welcome! The test server on PC for Operation Burnt Horizon has been live for almost a week now, and in this test server are a lot of changes to the current version that we play now. In today's video, I just wanted to give you a visual representation of those changes that are currently in this test server, and we do know that although there's no guarantee that these will all make it to the live version, most of the time the changes that are made within the TTS do actually make it. So these are some of the changes that we will probably be looking at for Year 4 Season 1 in Rainbow Six Siege. Now I do have to thank a few people that helped me out recording this video, so thank you to Bam Bam, Pepsi and Tiger. I wouldn't have been able to make this video without you. I do appreciate your help. There are a lot of changes and minor tweaks here and there coming with this first patch, so to be able to cover them all in one video would probably be a little bit too laborious and the video would be too long in my opinion. So this is just some of the highlights that I wanted to pick out to, like I say, give you this visual representation, but if you do want to read all of the full notes, I will leave a link in the description down below to Ubisoft's official page. If not, be sure to stay subscribed to this channel with notifications turned on, because I upload a video as soon as I can regarding all the latest news and information for Rainbow Six Siege. Now I will say before we go any further that this video is very different to the usual type of content that I upload, so please do bear with me as we go through this. But first of all, let's have a look at the changes coming to breaching charges. So as you can see here in this demonstration, we have the live version of the game on the left hand side and the current test version on the right. First of all, what you will notice is that the animation of putting a breaching charge up has got a hell of a lot quicker and has changed slightly in the way that it's deployed. The current live version of the game, like I say, as we see on the left here, it places the breaching charge and then opens it left to right. But the new animation, as I say, you can see is very different to that. It places the breaching charge onto the wall and then it just flips down in one motion. The other thing to be made aware of with these breaching charges is the amount of damage they do. So this is actually changing from 150 down to 50 for a 1 armor operator. Now if you are a 3 armor operator, this damage is reduced to 40. So that's a really interesting change for breaching charges there. Next up on my list is Capital, and in the current live version of the game here, you can see a demonstration of his fire that he shoots, and the area of effect seems to be quite small, but the flames do travel fairly high. Also, in the current live version of the game, the damage dealt by Capital is currently 19. Now as we jump over to the test server, I know I should have probably recorded this on the same map to give you an exact reference of how different it is, but I'm sure you can make out here that the fire looks completely different, covering a much larger area but not actually travelling as high. And you'll also see here that the damage is being reduced from 19 down to 12 per tick. So it's almost like Capital's getting a buff and a nerf at the same time. I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts on this in the comment section, so let me know what you guys think. Next up on the list here is Legion and his GU mines, and I didn't really have much doubt that this would eventually be coming because he can have quite a lot in his arsenal at one time. So they are reducing the damage from a GU mine from 8 down to 4. Here we can see some quite significant changes coming into Dockerbee. So as you can see from this clip here now, when Dockerbee rings you, it will automatically hang up after 18 seconds. I can't remember exactly what the current live version is, but perhaps someone can let me know in the comments. And next up, I guess if you think about it logically, this should have always been put into the game, but if Dockerbee rings you when you're outside the area of a mute jammer, if you then walk into the affected area of that mute jammer, it will automatically hang up the call from Dockerbee. Like I say, when you think about it literally, it should have probably been in there already because it makes sense. And as it always has, if you are standing within the area of a mute jammer, Dockerbee will not be able to ring you at all. And lastly here on this list, and this is probably the one that interested me the most, is that when you're revived by a teammate from being down not out, instead of coming back with 50 health, you've seen you'll now come back with just 20. This is really interesting, like I say, and I really do want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. This is basically, I guess, to try and stop toxicity. So if you've got, say, 40 odd health and you want a teammate to boost you back up again, you can get them to down you, revive you, and you'll come back with 50 health. Well, not anymore. You will only come back with 20. And also, speaking of being downed by a teammate, although I didn't cover it visually here, I wanted to let you know, in case you didn't already that within this test server is a team killing infrastructure that they're trying to implement and could possibly be coming to the live build. So if you team kill a mate, the first one you'll get a warning saying you've team killed, you shouldn't be doing this, blah blah blah. If you then go on to damage a team player and eventually kill them, that damage is actually reflected back onto you, and you will end up killing yourself if you try to team kill. This is going to be sparking a massive debate, because what about the petulant person peeking in front of you when you're trying to shoot an enemy? You kill them, but you take the damage and ultimately kill yourself, although it wasn't your fault because someone was peeking in front of you. This is going to be a really interesting one, and I really do want to hear everyone's thoughts about this. But that's it for today's video. Thanks a lot for watching. I do as always appreciate your time, and until next time, goodbye.